These days, Julia and I's mornings are set with getting ourselves ready and racing off to the little parcel of land, that little piece of heaven that we have purchased, and we're absolutely thrilled. And the house is a state of chaos as we get stuff together, some food, the tools that we're going to need, and all the bits and pieces as we load up the van and head off to Biggleswick Farm. And you can follow, of course, our progress on The English Couple. That's the YouTube, The English Couple. And we've already put one out. The next one will be going out on Saturday, so do check that out. And also, talking of Biggleswick, the book, The Town That Wouldn't Comply. This isn't actually it, this is just a dummy version, but I've had to approve all the bits and pieces that go to make up the book, the dust cover, the running sheets, and all of that. And it should be coming this week. Fingers crossed. That's what I've been told from the printers, so I will let you know as soon as it comes in. Anyway, one of the things that, of course, we are is a bit off-grid on the land. There's the land and not a lot else. There's nature all around and a few trees and grass and this, that and the other, but not really water and electricity as such. And we don't really want to be connected to the grid at the moment, at least so far, unless we, find we actually have to. But I don't think we will, because we've got lots of plans in place, and we've been watching all these other YouTubers who are off grid and doing all those sort of things. Of course, we're only visiting the land at the moment, and it does take a bit of time to get there and a bit of time to get back. So in order to work the land, some things are necessary, such as jigsaws and electric drills and things. And where possible, I'm using battery operated stuff. Of course, we're using the old-fashioned tools. We've got our scythe that you saw was given to us by the lovely Sarah Fiona. But also it is essential to have some power there. And about a year ago, when YouTube deemed that the content that I put out was okay, I was earning a little bit of money and I invested in something. Now, of course, YouTube have decided that the stuff that I put out is not okay and shouldn't have adverts. And by the way, I haven't got my pipe to hand, but they've come out with a new directive that if you mention stuff about nicotine and its health aspects or potential aspects, your channel can be wiped out. So bear that in mind in case something is coming down the line. There may be a side effect of the product of smoking a pipe that I've spoken about before, and I'm having to talk in riddles here, that might be something that is useful to people should a pathogen or something come flying about. But we'll try and dance around that subject when the time comes. Anyway, I bought, about a year ago, a generator stroke inverter, and here it is. It's a lovely piece of kit, I have to say, and I bought it because I thought at the time we were going to have these power cuts that everybody said, and I thought better prepare myself because of these power cuts. I've got my SE Ironheart, which means I can cook using wood, proper fuel, and so it didn't matter to me if the lights went out. I could at least heat the house and cook food and heat the water and dry clothes. But it would be nice to have a little bit of power to charge up batteries and this, that and the other and carry on making the videos if possible, at least until the power comes back on. So I invested in a generator. Well, one of the things, of course, we need to do is to chop a few trees down, and a chainsaw would be useful. Now, money's all going out at the moment and very little income coming in. So I realised that actually I might be able to use my generator that I bought a year ago and hadn't taken out of the box because I hadn't needed it, with a chainsaw that I do have, but it's an electric chainsaw. And I thought, well, maybe I can marry the two together. And fortunately, this 3,500 watt generator has been absolutely brilliant. Now, I'm not paid by the company to promote it. You can look up your own generator if you want one. And so on The English Couple, you will see, if you follow the progress of Julia and I, using an electric chainsaw and the generator together. Actually, I can tell you, it's worked really well and it has saved us a bit of cash, which is rather nice. This is, as I say, an electric one. I can't remember how big that is. Can I see that? No, I don't know whether that's a 20-inch or a 15-inch or whatever blade it is. You know. Anyway, if you watch the show, you'll be able to see me chop my head off, chop my legs off, chop my arms off, because, you know, I'm not very proficient with these things, but we are learning all the time. Of course, any strangers who come onto the land may also find that, no, of course not. Better not say that. So we are utilising some of the stuff that we've got in order to achieve the things that we need to achieve on the land. And that is where Julia and I are thriving. We're absolutely enjoying this. And so we'd love you to follow us on The English Couple and see how we get on. As you know, I am now not so much talking about the problems in the world. I think we've worked that out. I think we know what's going on. And instead, not just talking about the solutions, but doing the solutions. And for us, getting on the land and escaping the system, getting out of that jurisdiction is an essential thing. And I think you'll find that the channel here is going to sort of migrate much more about the sort of things we want to do and the things that we want to achieve and the solutions that we think are important for us, and inspire other people to perhaps follow their own passions, whatever that might be. Because I think that if you follow your passion, if you follow the things that you really want to do, if you stop wishing for them and actually working towards them, life will be much more rewarding. And we've certainly found that now that we've got onto the land. Of course, not everybody is in that position to be able to buy a piece of land. I get that. Not everybody wants to do that. I understand that. Some people just want to sit down and watch Netflix. And if that's what you want to do, it's no problem with me. It's your life. But for us, we're active. We're physical, we want to get on there, we enjoy it a lot, we get so much reward about standing in nature and listening to the bird song and achieving something at the end of the day, coming home absolutely knackered and going, phew, but didn't we have a lovely day? And isn't that what life's about? And that's what Julia and I are doing at the moment. So there we are. Anyway, I'll update you more as we get on. Till next time, thanks for watching. Bye for now.